This is the Valley Today.
New this morning, Grand Forks police cited a driver after they ran their car into their own apartment. It happened last night on the south side of town. Police say a 29-year-old driver was correcting their crooked parking when they hit the gas pedal and then slammed into the patio door. The car came to a stop around 6 inches inside the apartment. No one was hurt during the crash. Police then cited that driver for unqualified operator and care required. Also new this morning, in his latest efforts to drum up funds for Ukraine, Moorhead Air Force veteran Mark Lindquist will hold concerts in Fargo and Ukraine for the war relief efforts. The Mark J. Lindquist Big Band Charity Benefit Concert Series is set for July 8th in Fargo. He says he will also host a show in Kharkiv, Ukraine, in an effort to entertain people across the European country. Lindquist says he hopes to offer some solace as the war rages on there. The Fargo venue has not yet been determined. Some of you might be a little bit extra tired this morning after waking up overnight to some hail hitting your windows and roofs. Take a look at this video here. This is from by NDSU in North Fargo. Hopefully this is all we have to worry about today. Lisa Green tracking that radar this morning and joins us now with the latest on the weather. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, in the last 6 hours or so, I want to show you the rain and thunder that moved through. You can see it developed right over Fargo, Moorhead and other parts of the Southern Valley, and then worked its way south and east from there, and that's clearing. We're in a little bit of a break, but look what's coming our way. More shower activity that's dropping in from the northwest and moving south and east. It will be weakening as it's moving in, but it will bring about a chance for some shower activity, some clouds associated with it too, and of course the Devil's Lake Basin first to be impacted by that this morning. Elsewhere, we've got some sunshine. Look at this beautiful sun here this morning in Fargo. We've got some nice bright skies here and temperatures that are a little cooler to start off. 57 degrees in Fargo. It's a cool 52 in Bemidji. We're looking at 55 in Devil's Lake. A lot of sun reports coming in so far, but Devil's Lake, this will be changing as the clouds are moving in. They're on your doorstep here this morning. And taking a look at your planner for Fargo, expect to have some temperatures that are going to be into some 70s here in the southern end of the valley. This is where we're more likely to keep that sun around for a while. It's going to be one of those days where we're kind of bookending the day with some sunshine, and then in between we've got that cloud cover and shower activity moving in, and then that will bring about some cooler air for some of us up north. In the southern valley, it'll take a bit for the clouds to take over, so we'll warm up a little bit more getting into the 70s, but we'll eventually see that chance for a shower or two even in the south as well here for today. So a little bit of everything going on here on your Tuesday. And then heading into the day on Wednesday, we're looking at a forecast that's going to be more active. We've got the potential for some strong to severe storms, and on top of that, some heat building in too. So when I come back, we're going to get into the details on how Wednesday is looking. And of course, it's the holiday week. We're transitioning from June to July. We'll have details on your holiday weekend forecast for the 4th in just a couple of minutes.
Where did June go?
I don't know.
Just yesterday, I felt like it was April.
Well, it's been wild. I feel like we've just been trying to keep up with the weather changing constantly. And next thing you know, we're moving into the second month of summertime.
Yeah, that's how it goes. All right, Lisa, thank you this morning. 6:04 now. The January 6th Select Committee is holding a surprise hearing that will be happening around noon our time today. The committee says it plans to show some newly obtained evidence and hear witness testimony. Neither the source nor topic of this new evidence has been released. New this morning, $750,000. That's how much North Dakota's only abortion clinic has raised since Friday. The fundraiser is an effort to help move that clinic into Minnesota. Here's a look at the clinic's GoFundMe right now. You see the total sitting at the top of your screen. Just going to take a quick look here. We're up to $774,000. Donations have been pouring in over the past 4 days. The Red River Women's Clinic in Fargo will have to shut down in less than a month because of North Dakota's trigger law. That law went into effect Friday when the U.S. Supreme Court removed the constitutional right to an abortion.
We're so fortunate that we are right next door to the politically protected state of Minnesota. And obviously we wouldn't be where we are right now in thinking about opening this facility in Moorhead if Minnesota wasn't right there.
The clinic's original goal for the move was set for $20,000. Now they are trying to reach $1 million. In Grand Forks, people took to the streets to rally for abortion rights there. North Dakota's Attorney General Drew Wrigley is indicating that it won't be long before he signs off on the state's trigger law that will effectively ban abortions in the state following the Supreme Court's overturning of Roe v. Wade last Friday. Meanwhile, Planned Parenthood is expecting thousands of women to come to Minnesota from other states for abortion services. Minnesota will then essentially be an island surrounded by states that have either stopped doing abortions or are planning on stopping them. Wisconsin has already reverted back to an 1849 law banning abortions. Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison both promised to protect anyone coming to Minnesota to get an abortion, but that could change come November.
The abortion rights in Minnesota are only safe as long as we have a governor such as Tim Walz and a legislature that will protect abortion rights. So this election is more important than ever.
We've got to get to the November elections. Let's have this discussion now. Let's actually talk about what we want the abortion laws to be in Minnesota.
Abortion opponents vow to flip the Minnesota Democratic House to the GOP in the November election. Republican candidate for governor Dr. Scott Jensen is an abortion opponent who believes there should be no exception for rape or incest and that the only abortion exception is to save a mother's life. Following the Supreme Court's decision, several prominent corporations have now declared their commitment to provide employees with benefits needed to travel out of state. Microsoft has extended its employee health care to cover interstate travel for abortion and gender-affirming care. Apple, Disney, Netflix, Nike, and Starbucks are just a few of the others that have also promised their employees the same. The old Kmart site on South University Drive in South Fargo was supposed to house about 80 senior living apartments. However, Valley News Live has learned only about half of them will actually get built. Enclave and Beyond Shelter, Inc., who are in partnership to develop the housing units, no longer have enough funding to complete the project that was anticipated. Eligibility for certain funding through the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development has changed due to environmental rules, so the money is expected for the project, and that was unavailable then. Beyond Shelter CEO says the site has had environmental issues, including contaminated soils and other environmental cleanup that is still needed to be done to prepare for the property. Now, due to this, the developer did not have enough financing to build all 80 units. However, the project is still expected to break ground this fall. New this morning, a former Minneapolis police officer has been released on parole after he was found guilty of manslaughter in 2019. Mohammed Noor fatally shot an unarmed woman who called 911 to report a possible sexual assault in the alley behind her home in 2017. A corrections department spokesman could not confirm where Noor would be living, but said released offenders are typically supervised in the county where they live. Noor was held in North Dakota for most of his sentence. Friends and family of a 21-year-old Fargo woman are still in disbelief after she died in a motorcycle crash 2 days ago. The Highway Patrol says that Tessa Holt was headed south on University Drive, just south of I-94, when she lost control of her motorcycle and fell off. Investigators say that's when another motorcycle hit Holt.
And ever since then, she's been just hooked. She liked the thrill of it, the fun, the freedom. She was one of the safest drivers to be around.
North Dakota Highway Patrol say no charges have been filed in the crash. The incident is still under investigation. More lanes on the road. The city of Fargo is looking to convert both University Drive and 10th Street from 2 one-ways to 2-ways. And the city wants your input if you live in that area. The plan is for both to become 2-way streets between 19th Avenue North and 13th Avenue South. Project leaders say the study will be a long process and the potential concept for the project may not happen until late next year. Happening today, the Chamber will host the first Midwest Agricultural Summit in the region. It's kicking off at 8 o'clock this morning at the Delta by Marriott in Fargo. Industry leaders and experts will have an in-depth discussion on the biggest agricultural challenges, innovative solutions, markets, and technology. North Dakota Senator John Hoeven and Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar will be there, including Undersecretary Robert Bonney of the U.S. Department of Agriculture, who will be the keynote speaker. Now, this is the first in a 4-part series planned to bring together leaders for important conversations on regional topics. New this morning, a new library will be making its way to western North Dakota. Organizers planning the Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library say they secured 90 acres of land near Medora. The library's groundbreaking is set for next summer with a project completion target of summer 2026. Today, the youngest in the Northern Valley can start rolling up their sleeves. Grand Forks Public Health announced they'll start vaccinating children 6 months to 5 years old against COVID-19. Appointments can be made online at ndvax.org. Waking up to a few wet lawns and sidewalks out there this morning. Lisa Green will let us know if we dry out as we head through the day. Stay right here. This is the Valley Today.